Hey, Rain Michael here, and today we're going to check out a new offering by Insta360, the Flow 2 AI Tracker Kit, and see how it stacks up against the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P. Insta360 did send me an advanced copy of this gimbal to test out. That said, they get no input as to what I say, nor do they get to see it before it's released. I own and love products by both DJI and Insta360. I'm here to help you make a more informed decision because videos like these have helped me do the same thing. The Flow 2 AI Tracker Kit officially launches June 26th. Now notice I didn't say Flow 2 Pro AI Tracker Kit. The Flow 2 is meant to be a more budget-friendly option compared to buying the Flow 2 Pro and the tracking module. The most notable differences between the Flow 2 and the Pro are that the Flow 2 lacks infinite 360 panning, free tilt mode, and Apple Dock Kit. So, how does the Flow 2 AI Tracker Kit compare against the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P? And as a side note, these gimbals and their respective apps are loaded with features, so in this video, I'm only going to cover the features that I find most useful, notable, or important. Both gimbals are similar in both size and weight. Here they are standing up, and here they are fully open. Both have a built-in selfie stick that gets the camera further away from you, which can be really helpful when you're filming either yourself or something else. Both have built-in tripod legs, which is really handy. However, the legs on the Flow 2 Pro are both metal and longer, which makes it more stable and resistant to tipping over when on uneven surfaces or in windy conditions. Both units have a 1/4 mount on the bottom for mounting it to things like a more sturdy tripod. Both units turn on as soon as you open them, which reduces the time between grabbing your gimbal and getting the shot. With both gimbals, your phone can be attached either by a magnetic phone clamp, which comes standard, or by a MagSafe phone mount. I personally find the MagSafe phone mount easier to use and less fiddly. They both get roughly 10 hours on a full charge. To change either focus or zoom level using the gimbal, the Mobile 7P uses a knob, which I found to be more responsive overall. However, because it sticks out the way that it does, I frequently bump the knob, which accidentally changes my zoom or focus settings while I'm shooting, something I definitely don't want happening. The Flow 2 uses a dial to change focus and zoom, and the way they've implemented it here, I haven't had any accidental changes from bumping it. Both units have a dedicated camera app that gives you full use of what these gimbals are capable of. Things like panorama photos that take several images and then stitch them together. Time-lapse that can even include gimbal movement. Hyperlapse, and dolly zoom, to name just a few. They both even have their own versions of shot list tutorials that provide different scene templates based on location or situation, and then walk you through the process of capturing the same shot sequence for yourself, which is pretty cool. Let's look at tracking. You're going to get the most out of tracking with either of these gimbals by using their dedicated camera apps, and that requires no extra hardware. In both cases, you can set them up so you simply raise your palm and the gimbal will start tracking you and recording at the same time. I did notice that the Flow 2 Pro usually registered my gestures almost instantly, while the Mobile 7P sometimes took a few seconds before it responded. To reframe yourself using either gimbal, you can simply use the joystick to reposition where you're at while it's already tracking, and it'll then keep you in the same part of the screen moving forward. And they'll both even track using the 5x zoom lens on the more recent iPhones, which I think creates a really cool look. I did find that the Flow 2 was better at both regaining lock after a subject disappeared behind something, as well as keeping its lock at a further distance. The Flow 2 also has a feature called the Pro Framing Grid, where you can select a box that represents the location you want to keep your subject on the screen. I like this because it's a quick and easy way to set your subject's composition in the screen. When you want to track yourself using any other camera app, like the one by Blackmagic or the native iPhone camera app, that's when these AI tracking modules come into play. Here's the tracking module by DJI, and here's the one by Insta360. They both have built-in lights to light your subject with different color temperature and brightness settings. The Mobile 7P allows you to control the light settings using the knob on the gimbal, which is a nice extra touch. When using the tracker module for either gimbal, you raise your palm to start and stop tracking, and you show a peace sign to start and stop recording. With the tracking module, I did find that the Flow 2 Pro registered my hand gestures from further away than the Mobile 7P. The tracking module on the Flow 2 Pro attaches to the rotating part of the gimbal itself, while the Mobile 7P attaches to the magnetic phone clamp. And these differences impact how each unit can be used. On the Flow 2, you can use the tracking module whether you're using the magnetic phone clamp or the MagSafe phone mount. The USB-C port to charge your phone is the same port used by the tracking module. This means you can either charge your phone or use the tracking module, but not both at the same time. On the Mobile 7P, the USB-C port to charge your phone is on the tracking module itself. This means using a MagSafe phone mount isn't an option while charging your phone. However, it does mean you can charge your phone and use the AI tracking module at the same time. Let's talk audio. One of the tricks that the Mobile 7P has up its sleeve is that its AI tracker also doubles as a receiver for either the DJI Mic 2 or the Mic Mini. For the Flow 2, we still have options. You can simply mount the receiver to the bottom of your phone and record your DJI mic that way with no change in quality. Another option for Flow 2 is that Insta360 has their own wireless mic called the Mic Air. You can get the transmitter and the receiver, which allows you to use it with anything that uses Bluetooth audio, like an iPhone. Here's the sound of my voice using the DJI Mic 2 connected wirelessly to the tracking module on the Mobile 7P. And here's the sound of my voice using the Insta360 Mic Air, which is connected to its wireless receiver that's plugged into the bottom of my phone. The Flow 2 has some extra features that are also worth mentioning. Tracking Plus is designed to use when the gimbal is stationary on its tripod. The main benefit is that the tracking becomes even more responsive. Remote control. You can control the Flow 2 with a second phone. Just pull up this QR code and scan it with the second phone, and you now have remote monitor and gimbal control. I really like this one. Active zoom tracking is a feature that improves tracking at longer telephoto lengths, even supporting tracking up to 15x zoom, which is pretty crazy. It's an awesome feature, however it's limited to 1080 resolution. I found the standard tracking on the 5x zoom is already really good, and that can be done in 4K. These are both great gimbals. That said, given the price difference, the usability, and the extra features, I find myself using the Flow 2 more for my needs. I'm curious what you think after seeing this comparison and which one you might go with. I've included a link for both gimbals in the description below. That said, I was also able to work out a special deal with Insta360 for you guys, and that is, if you use my link below to purchase the Flow 2 AI Tracker Kit between June 26th when it becomes available and July 10th, you'll also get included with your order a free MagSafe magnetic phone mount, which is personally my favorite way to connect my phone to the gimbal. Now, if you want to see a cool speed ramping effect you can do with a gimbal, check out this video right here. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.